Greetings everybody, my name is Krillo and this is Real Map Talk. Today I would like to talk about a map called Bloody Delta. It was created by Hightower 86. So let's start.
Battle control initiated.
I can immediately tell you that this map is not really popular. In fact, nobody plays it at all. I've seen occasionally some newbies try this map, however it doesn't really work that good for 1 versus 1. So let's just start with the spawns. Left player starts here and he owns 3 ore mines. There are also some gems at the north, but they don't worth a lot. At the same time, the right player has 5 ore mines and much more gems available to him. And also there is a lot of ore here, so I would say right spawn has a huge advantage. And even when he decides to expand, he still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ore mines, and on the other hand, this left player has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is balanced. However, if I was the left player, and in fact I remember my games, 1 versus 1 games on this map versus newbies, what I was doing, I was immediately not deploying but moving my MCV over this sand bridge to this position. So if you move here, you can fortify here, you have 5 ore mines here, and you can really contain this player, the right player, on this area, so he cannot really expand, and what he would need to do is to build a transport and move here and start building his base here, since here will be my base. It's very effective and it worked most of the time. If I was the right player, I would really go immediately to this place as well, and it would be quicker for me. Remember, sand bridges slow down MCVs and other vehicles. So yeah, I think in fact right player has a huge advantage here. And overall, this map looks really pretty, however I do see a lot of problems with it, and there is a reason why nobody plays it. For example, look at this sand bridge. It's just too tiny. If you are... I don't really know the author of this map, I've never seen him in game. Perhaps he is just a mapper. And yeah, I forgot to mention, it's a really old map. I'm not sure how old it is, but at least a couple of years, that's for sure. So it's not a competitive map at all, it's not used in the Red Alert Global League or any other competitions. And the reason is because it's really choky. There is lots of ore and the map is really large, so your best bet here is to tack up and build a missile silo and nuke this position or this position, depending on where the left player base is. Visually it does look really nice, and this is probably the only advantage of this map. There is also sea here, here and here, and you don't really need your navy, you maybe just need 1 transport here to move across this sea. So one little cute detail that I noticed, which I really like and I've never seen on any other map, is this pond. Visually it looks really nice, very interesting implementation. Yeah, definitely a good move. But in terms of balance, this is a very imbalanced map and I'm not sure why it is in the standard map pool. I'm not trying to be rude by any means, but this map, it could work, but it needs a serious redesign. And I cannot speak for the original ideas of the map because I'm not the author of it, but I really struggled to see how the author saw how the game should evolve over time. So you don't really have to attack here, you just want to tech up. On this, for example, the left player controls this island entirely. There is lots of ore here. At the same time, this player controls this island, also lots of ore, and maybe the authors thought that people should build navy, but there are no points to contest for on this map if you go navy. Or maybe he thought that players are supposed to fight here and here, defending this sand bridge. I'm not really sure. In this case, the left player has a clear advantage since he can move the MCV to this position, for example, and build defenses here, so this sand bridge can easily be protected. Yeah, what else? So there is also a technology center here. I'm not really sure what it does when you capture it. Probably nothing. Just probably a nice visual touch, which makes this map even cuter. And there is also this trail, bottom trail, and I don't really know why this... It really looks like a campaign map, to be honest. I don't see why this would be played competitively, and even for newbies, I do not recommend this map, unfortunately. Let's just stop this rush. Just as usual, my Tesla coil wall. Alright. Really funny. Okay. So what I would change here to make it more competitive? Well, I'm a little bit biased, so I can see that this map is a 1 versus 1 map and it has sea, so I would try to make sea work here. Given that both players have lots of resources, sea battles can be real here. But on the same note, I would really replace this map with my own map called Taipei. I've recorded a video not a long time ago. Please do watch it. I think it's a cool map, and I would really replace this map with my own map. But yeah, I am biased. So if this map was to stay, then I would definitely remove probably this sand bridge, make this area like actually let me just launch my editor, map editor, so I could edit this live. Okay, map editor, Bloody Delta. Yeah, so what I would do, I would remove this bridge. I would make this area wholly passable, like this. And by the way, I'm experimenting. I don't really have a plan when I started recording this video, so everything you see here, it's just pure experimentation. So yeah, for example, you can do this. You can move here, move your army here. So this player would no longer... Oh yeah, also I would remove 2 ore mines from here, so players have equal amount of ore mines at the starting location. And I would probably, I don't know, like as I said before, this map has the sea, but there are no points to contest for. But in this case, if you make this player stay, because previously, as I mentioned, it was really good to move to this position if you are the left player. I would make everything to make this player stay, and if that happens, it will mean that the player will know access to this shore. What I mean is that he couldn't be able to defend this easily, so this player can go for early navy, for example build an early transport and early MCV and expand here. This would be a really strong move, given that it's hard to attack this area since there is lots of trees, structures, etc. And it could be unexpected if this player does not scout. And I find it hard to make this map work for the sea. I mean, to make the sea work here. Maybe it would be nice to make this an island, for example, like here. Like this is an island. So both players would need to go to this island to expand if they want it. So it would be fair. Yeah, like mirror this side. Well, not exactly mirror, but make it more or less mirrored. And in terms of ore, I would remove some ore to mark some places where players are expected to build bases, because currently it's pretty sporadic, if you ask me. Like you can build a base here, for example, but there's no point because there are no ore mines at this area, and you don't want to build your base here. You don't want to build your base here, so this is really the only place where you can build your base and it could be efficient. For example, if you are this player, you could expand to here, but it's really inconvenient since you can barely place your ore refinery here. So if you are the left player, you also want to go here. Or you can expand to this imaginary island. So what I would do is to make some ore mines here, for example. So this player wants to expand to this area, and I would make it less choky, probably remove this river here. And with this situation, this player expands to this place and this player expands to this place. However, the question is what to do with this area. And I don't really know, to be honest. I would probably do this. I would also make this an island. So, for example, interesting. So, yeah, if you are this player, you could expand to this place, like safely, without a shipyard, or if you are this player, you could expand to this island. At the same time, if you are this player, you can also expand to this place, or you could go to your own island. So this is an island and this is an island. I would make this top island smaller so there is equal amount of ore, and both players would have their own space to expand, so 2 expansions per player, for example. And I think this would actually improve the map a lot, since if you go here and go here, you will have ground battles, and clearly there will be not enough ore. Well, I would reduce this huge ore patch and I would make this balanced with this. Probably also remove this ore here, since Look at the ore, 200k, that's a lot of ore. I would reduce this, but since this is a heavy eco map, I would still, I wouldn't remove too much ore. I think the idea was to make it a heavy eco map. That's fine actually. We don't have a lot of maps, maybe singles is one of them, but yeah, that's fine to have this map. So, and a lot of ore would be on islands, so it would be really hard to harvest all that ore fast enough. So yeah, for example, if you mined out everything here and there is a base of your opponent here, you would be forced to expand to islands, and yeah, so islands would work and would be really useful, and navy would be really useful on this map. Really similar idea to my, like on my map Taipei. Yeah. What else? Well, I would also make sure that these islands are more or less similar in size. So if you expand to this island, for example, let's imagine like here, your build radius helps you to build on the whole island. I would make this island slightly bigger, so you cannot cover the whole island with your build radius. That would be too OP, it would be too hard to attack. And also the same idea about this island. So, for example, I would make these two islands equal, and their size would be like 2 build radii, I think that's the correct word. So yeah, so when you expand here, your next island expansion would be, for example, here. At the same time, your opponent could expand to your island, and you would probably need to base push, but that's really need to be tested. So overall, I think this map needs radical changes, yeah. And the idea is really similar to Taipei, but a nicer layout. I would definitely make this map not symmetrical, and it could really work if it was not symmetrical, I think. Still needs testing, but I like the idea. And yeah, if anyone wants to do that, please feel free to do that. It's a lot of work though. The map is large and it would be really hard to test it because of the size. So yeah, overall, a nice map, a nice mission map probably, but not very good for competitive play. So thanks for watching. I think this is everything I wanted everything I wanted to tell about this map. I just haven't seen a lot of games on this map, and probably we won't see a lot of games on this map since it needs more work. But I do really sincerely think this can be improved, and this map can retain its visual style. I really love it. All those ridges, trees, really carefully placed, like rivers, really beautiful. And yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time.